about Chesapeake. Chesapeake Energy this morning having their shareholder meeting, announced some new sales. Dan Gilbert. Is Dan Gilbert with us? All right, Dan Gilbert, how are you doing? Kind of run us through what's going on with Chesapeake. Today is a big day for the company, right?
Yeah, today is the annual shareholders meeting, and it's expected to be a pretty eventful, contentious one for Chesapeake, which is facing shareholders who...
It's kind of run-of-the-mill for these guys lately.
Yeah, well, the shareholders are pretty concerned about the widening gap between the company's revenues and its continued heavy spending, and there are also some who are up in arms over the board's light hand and light monitoring of the co-founder and CEO's financial activities.
Right. That's putting it rather diplomatically. Hey, let's talk about this asset sale that they announced today. Kind of unusual they announce a big asset sale on the day of the shareholder meeting, but that's what shareholders want, right? They want them to sell off some assets, raise some cash?
Right. This is Chesapeake has been under a lot of pressure from its largest shareholders to shore up its balance sheet, to cut its spending, and to raise cash and to sell these types of assets in particular. This is something that Carl Icahn has recently weighed in about, but it's actually something that Chesapeake has guided some time. It's just on a much larger scale and more extensive than the company had until very recently considered.
Yeah. Now, you know, if you look at Chesapeake's stock, the stock has gotten, I mean, just hammered. Shareholders really have no faith in let's just say it, they have no faith in current management. I mean, the stock's down a little bit today. What is the status of Aubrey McClendon, the CEO and founder? How is this guy's position so secure when he is under such a cloud?
Well, it's a good question, but I think that one of the steps that the board has taken earlier this week was to reconstitute itself and to allow the largest shareholders a larger say. The board is now going to be effectively controlled by directors who are recommended by the largest shareholders, Southeastern Asset Management and Carl Icahn, and that is something that significantly clips Aubrey McClendon's wings in terms of he is now accountable to shareholders, or to directors, not of his own selection.
Yeah. How gently do you think he's going to go along with that new regime? I mean, is this setting up for a real change at the company, or is this setting up for a big battle? Well,
it's definitely a big change. This is a company that has resisted any changes to its board for years, and has resisted shareholder proposals even when they get a majority. So this is a big concession. But in terms of what it actually means for the company's strategy going forward, this is Aubrey McClendon's company. This is
right.
The company that he has guided and built, and it seems clear that he is now paying attention to the concerns of the largest shareholders. But it's sort of unclear whether there is going to be any significant veering from this course that he has steered towards developing their more oil-rich properties in the last.
I'll tell you, Dan, if he wants to, if he really wants to maximize his assets, should sell their stake in the Thunder, right? That thing's trending.